Uh, Hello, everybody. I'm the Meister from Brews and Tunes. I'm here with Laura Guldemond from Burning Witches. So thank you so much
Hello.
for talking with me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So this wonderful album came out in March. Great, great stuff. So I was wondering if you would, why don't we start with the album and talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
So again, came out in March. Probably a little, I would imagine a little bit frustrating in terms of timing, with COVID. I mean, you guys have this great new album, comes out, and then
Yeah.
it kind of crashes in the world. I would imagine you had tour plans and everything. So,
Yep.
but yeah, why don't you kind of tell us about the album, how it came about, kind of how you joined the band?
Yeah, I joined the band last year in June. So yeah, they needed a new singer. The other singer wanted to, do some new stuff for herself, and yeah, Sonia actually knew me because she's also Dutch,
Okay.
and she contacted, or yeah, she told the witches about me, and they contacted me, and yeah, that's how it happened. So I just did audition, and yeah, it took like I think a few weeks. It was all so fast because yeah, before I was already on the Sweden Rock Festival, so it was really cool. And yeah, quickly after the festival season was almost over, we started to write for the new album. So yeah, it was really great because Romana just sends me the songs, just guitars most of the time. Sometimes they already could play it in the rehearsal room or something like that, and I just get this recording, and then I can write the lyrics because I don't live in Switzerland, and everyone now lives in Switzerland. But yeah, this is just working fine if we do it like this. And sometimes when we have another gig coming up, then I'll just join one day earlier for rehearsals. We can do some new songs and stuff like that.
Cool.
So yeah, so this is how it how it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually one of my questions as well, was, the writing process and how that worked with, because I know that you're in the Netherlands and they're in Switzerland, and I kind of wondered, was it a studio, did you collaborate? How did that work? But yeah, it sounds like, so they were sending you guitar licks and songs, and then you were coming up with the lyrics.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's easy. I just have like this little home studio, just a vocal booth, and yeah, I could even record at home, but we did record it in the studio so we can at least work on it together a little bit, so to have the finishing touches, details, stuff like that. So
Nice.
That's what we did together. Yeah.
With the writing, were you trying to come up with a certain vibe that, kind of to continue the Burning Witches, or did you have songs somewhat written already and kind of injecting your own, kind of what you had done before with like Shadow Eyes and.
Yeah, basically, like the previous singer, Sharina, also wrote her own lyrics and melodies. So yeah, we couldn't really use anything of that. So basically, all the songs were new, and yeah, I could just write my own melodies and lyrics. And of course, I tried to keep it a bit like Burning Witches already had, So because yeah, it's what I did before was totally different. I mean, I feel like it's totally different.
Right.
It was more cleanly sung and more symphonic metal, so a bit different style of melodies also. And yeah, so I did wanted to be a bit of more of what there already was, and yeah, I did listen to also a lot of 80s metal back in the days. Back in the days is like, not like I'm that old, but I mean, when I started listening to metal, I basically listened to two styles. I started with Incantation, and right after that, because yeah, not that at the moment there are not that many record shops anymore, but like 10 years ago or something, there was still a record store. So I looked at the W, and there was also Wasp. So basically the first two bands that I really got into and listened to a lot and bought a lot of albums from are Incantation and Wasp. So
Oh, wow.
symphonic metal and 80s there, yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah. That was actually another question I was going to have was, how did you get into music? What were the roots of that? What was, what were your inspirations? Was it part of your family? Or?
Yeah, I think it's kind of in the genes, because it's kind of funny, but my parents actually kind of skipped the generation of the musicians, but before that both my grandparents from my dad's side were musicians. So one was a violin player and one was a cello.
Oh, cool.
And and actually his sister did sing a bit. But yeah, and from my mom's side, I don't really know. She's adopted, but okay, it was kind of funny that her dad, that she knew was, also was a musician, but they actually never really were into music that much themselves. So they had a few CDs that they liked and stuff like that, but it's not that they were super into music. So it just skipped a generation, and I was really into it, and it kind of happened naturally that I wanted to play an instrument. So I was, of course, loving metal, so I wanted to play guitar,
right.
But I was not that good, so I started singing. And that's why.
How old were you when you started singing?
I was 16 when I really decided I wanted to play something or make music, and I think I started I actually took lessons from 20 years old for singing. And I never got lessons for playing, but I just got this book with how to play chords and stuff like that. So right. I can still play some chords, but it's I gave up. I'm just I'm a lot better at singing, so let's keep it at singing now. And,
yeah, you're phenomenal.
But that's how it started. Yeah. And yeah.
As far as being a vocalist, and one thing that really struck me the first time I heard you singing when you were still in Shadow Rise was you have a huge range.
Okay, thanks.
Who are your inspirations as far as singers? Who do you listen to? And who's inspired you as a singer? Yeah,
it's actually I kind of wanted to sing along to Incantation, but I was super bad at the because she does the high cute stuff, and I had more like a talking voice singing style. So just the way I'm talking now, I would sing basically, and then I only had maybe one octave I was comfortable in, but I could sing in that. So at some point I just wanted to do, of course I wanted to be able to sing the songs I liked. So one of the songs I liked was Final Countdown from Europe. Okay. And I tried that, and I kind of started to learn with that, and also a lot of pop artists, because there are way more female artists in pop music than in metal. So artists that I also really looked up to were, for example, Pink, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, just fun things. Lady Gaga was a bit later, but I think I learned to sing with also Adele, and I don't know, because it was so easy to compare your voice a bit more than to I guess it was just easier to find, I guess. I mean, of course, there are female artists more than just Incantation, but the thing is, I listened to Incantation, I could absolutely not sing that. My voice was just horrible in the head voice regions, and now I can do it. But back then I was like, oh my god, it's just not going to happen, So I started to do other things, and and later on, I really wanted to, but that was just later when I already started to learn singing a bit. I really wanted to be able to do stuff also like, you know what I mean? And so, for example, I really wanted to learn how, for example, what Hailstorm did, this kind of, singing. And nice. Then I kind of switched back to metal style more, but I just couldn't sing well enough in the beginning to pull it off. Maybe I didn't have the right teachers, because the teachers I had were mostly just pop, musical, jazz, stuff like that. So there wasn't that much, there was no emphasis at all on singing with effect and now it's almost the only thing I do also, you know, so it's kind of like I learned it later on, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
As far as your songwriting, kind of what inspires you as a songwriter?
Ooh, yeah, but that's a difficult question. I mean, it's more that I just know a lot of music, you know. So if I hear a song that's just written, you know, with instrumental things, then of course I have my associations with it, and that's, you know, I just get inspired by the things that I know are there, you know, especially because we are 80s heavy metal band. I think, oh yeah, this is like, oh, this sounds like Mötley Crüe, or this one sounds like AC/DC, that one sounds like, you know, we have all these influences kind of throughout the music. So, yeah, I guess because, yeah, that's what Burning Witches does. And, you know, it's kind of easy in that aspect to get inspiration, because it's, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do an Iron Maiden or Judas Priest-ish kind of feel here, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's fun to do those things. It's a bit versatile, I guess, for my voice, that I can use all kinds of styles also, and the witchy feeling, you know, the yeah, and also clean stuff. So it's, yeah, that's really cool about this music. So yeah, the inspiration I get from almost everything I ever heard. It's really difficult to just say this one, this one, this one, you know?
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You mentioned several bands there that, as far as kind of inspiration with some of the sound of the band. And so for people that may have not have heard Burning Witches, and I've been, you know, talking about it on my blog for several years now. But for people that may not have heard them before, I think one thing that I really love about the band is that there is that old school classic metal feel, but it's not a nostalgia thing. It's not, you know, it's real. It's a real, you know, it feels like a continuation of that music, you know, like Dio and Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and stuff like that, which is really exciting.
Cool.
And one thing I think that people will be excited about is, if they haven't heard the album, is you guys do a killer cover of Man of War's Battle Hymn with Ross the Boss.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really...
guitar on there. How did that come about? How did you guys get Ross on there? And Mike LaPond from Symphony X is also on there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Romana was actually already a little bit in contact with Mike LaPond, because she is a big Manowar fan, and he really likes what we're doing. So they were in contact a little bit. She asked him for this song, and he wanted to do this. And of course, in Ross the Boss, Mike LaPond plays too. So he also, was thinking it's a nice idea, and that's how it happened. So.
Cool, very cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And you guys also just released this week a new video with your new guitar player, Larissa.
Yep.
Circle of Five, which is a great song. Is that going to be released as a single, or is it going to be on another album? Or are you guys working on stuff already?
Yeah, it's going to be a single, but we always, you know, I mean, we did it too, when I entered the band. We also did kind of the same thing. We wanted to release something fast for the fans, and now it's just digital. So yeah, that's because it takes longer to make something. So we'll just have to wait for, I think, I don't know exactly how long, to be honest, but we will announce a date that will be actually on an EP. So with some extra bonus songs.
Excellent. Very cool. Now, you've been, I mean, along with Burning Witches, but I mean, even just the last few years, you've been incredibly busy. You know, if people follow your career, I mean, you were on Idols, the Netherlands version of American Idol. Then you had your band Shadow Rise. Then you joined Burning Witches. And then, of course, everything kind of went crazy in the world with COVID, but you're still working pretty hard. You're doing a lot of online vocal coaching, and as well as performances with I watched one just a couple weeks ago, I think, where you had the beer.
I wanted to do something with beers. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I just do it mostly with friends, and then sometimes maybe a really special guest. But there are always, different friends, and just a few that always, are here anyway, so it's easy. But it's really fun to do this together, and and also especially with COVID to give some kind of a performance, and so that's why this happened, and especially because of COVID, because I really started to think like, oh shit, I have so much time now, because we would be on tour and stuff like that, so it didn't happen. And that's why I did the live streams. I think I will do it, every 3 or 4 months, one live stream. And I try to release just a cover every month also. So just a well-recorded thing most of the time. So we also do it during live streams. And so my Patreons can download it and listen to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's,
Yeah, I think people definitely need to check those out. They're great. You guys do some really cool covers.
Right, thanks.
It's really fun to watch, and and for me, with my blog is Brews and Tunes, so I pair metal and beer. So that last one you did with, you guys had all your beers. I'm like, this is great. This is so cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot. In fact, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Oh yeah, all right, you're prepared. Yes. Yeah, I really discovered that I love Fear of the Dark from Iron Maiden. That's now my favorite beer. So.
Excellent. I haven't tried that one yet. It's not here in the States yet. So.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh.
I did try my wife special ordered the Sun and Steel Pilsner Trooper Iron Maiden beer. So I had that last week, and that was excellent. That was a really good one.
Cool.
So I enjoyed that. But for some reason, it's where I live, it's hard to get them. So except for the basic Trooper Ale, we can get those.
Yeah.
I guess the other question I had is, you just got back from touring with Destruction. You guys did a mini tour, kind of a social distance mini tour. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How did that come about, and how were those shows?
Yeah, it was like Destruction was kind of fed up with not doing anything, and they were like, let's just find a way to make it possible. And they basically took the whole financial risk on themselves. So if anything was cancelled, they were basically a little bit fucked,
Right.
But it turned out well, because normally, there's also, I don't know how exactly it goes, but not the whole risk will be just for the band, So it's really now that their responsibility, and they thought, if this is the case, then the most safe way for the band to do it is to just do a really small tour, and just in the weekends, because most certainly only weekends are very sure that people will come, right? So it's like, what did we do? Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. So kind of like, the days that everyone really starts to want to party and stuff like that. So that's one thing. Second thing is, it wasn't decided very long up front. So normally tours are, maybe even a half a year up front, they're already announced and stuff like that. And we don't do something that far up front, so it's maybe like, I forgot how much it was exactly up front, but I think 1 month or something. So this, keeps the risk of COVID developing in the meantime and ruining everything, that it keeps it at lowest point. So this is how we did it, and it worked out fine. Now actually there's one show left, the 25th of September, in Dortmund. And now they have this thing in Germany that if you go from a high risk area to Germany, you have to be in quarantine for 14 days or something. Now, I don't live in this high area, but some places in the Netherlands are actually high risk now. So let's just hope that Eindhoven doesn't get in the same get the same label, because then we have a problem for the 25th, but until now it's okay.
Right, I mean, hopefully. And then do you have other touring plans at this point? I mean, I know everything's
so they wanted to do more of these kind of mini tours, so hopefully it will be possible, because of course Destruction is arranging this, so they keep an eye out on, of course, how is it developing, will it keep being possible and stuff like that. So that's it.
Right. Do you have any plans to tour with any other bands at this point?
Yeah, like I said, the whole full risk is for the band, and I think that's why almost no one is doing this. You know, especially if I can imagine, especially if you're a bit of a bigger band, the financial risk will be way bigger too. You know what I mean? Because they're like bigger venues, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't think a lot of other bands will want to do this, but maybe on the other hand, if it's successful, maybe they will. So we just have to wait and wait and see what is going to happen. The only other band that was in a nightliner at the moment we were in the nightliner actually was Venom, and that's it, you know. So it's kind of like a special situation. Like not a lot of bands are doing tours. Maybe separate gigs are more usual, but yeah, that's why we kept it small, you know, because if anything happens with COVID, the whole tour is cancelled. So that's why, if we do it, it's just small tours, like 3 gigs or 4 maybe, but that's it. Yeah, I don't think anyone will do bigger tours than that at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
With all this downtime because of COVID, is the band, you know, are you in the band doing a lot of writing? Or, I mean, I know you just released an album, but I know I've talked to some other musicians and they're writing like crazy because they're bored. So, you know, actually, in fact, Incantation put out a new album on August 21st, and when I talked to him, he said they already have another album already ready to go.
Ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
Are you guys?
We started. Yep.
You started?
We actually we're not. Yeah, we weren't really like. It's not like we already had so many now because we had time. It's more like, actually, how to explain this? Actually, the label kind of asked us also, so we were like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Why not? Yeah, there is time, of course. It's not like we already have material, but yeah, it's fine. We were basically just out of our holiday period too, you know, because we were kind of like, oh, no, there are no festivals, so let's just go on holidays together.
Right.
This kind of, yeah. But it's okay. We now are working on new songs, and I'm working on the next one already, and there's going to be like 2 or 3 more songs coming my way next week or something.
Oh, great.
So so we're doing our best. Yeah.
Excellent.
We already have like a team, but we have a cool thing now, but I'm not sure what I can tell about it. So
Understandable. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think right now we can look forward to that EP coming out, which is really exciting because Circle of Five is a great song. So I'm excited to get my hands on it once it's released. Yeah, very cool video too. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. A lot of fun.
Cool. Thanks.
So yeah, what are your kind of in this world right now? What are you doing? What's your day to day? Are you doing a lot of voice lessons like online? Are you
I'm I mean, it's not as busy as it would usually be, of course, but yes, I do the online lessons. I'm busy with preparing for the stream, things for my Patreon and stuff like that. So I came back from the last mini tour. Actually, I did something really stupid on the way there. I thought I was on time on the airport, but I wasn't. So I missed my flight there. And luckily Switzerland is not that far away, so I could just take a train. But it means if you miss the way there, you also miss the way back. So when I got back, I was like, oh shit, let's just take a cheap option. So I took the Flixbus. And that in total it took 15 hours. And I didn't really sleep well, and I basically just I really needed some rest, so I just took a few days off, and now I'm actually starting again with thinking what will be the new songs, learning actually. Still you have to keep practicing for the set list, of course. At least I have to, because yeah, I have to keep practicing or I forget the lyrics basically. So I'm also practicing the set list for the 25th. And yeah, giving singing lessons, promoting my singing lessons. It just those kind of things. Yeah. So I actually want to do another thing because yeah, like I said, I didn't expect COVID, to be honest. I didn't expect it to take this long. I thought it would be over by now, but it still isn't. So I'm also will be doing some YouTube videos, I think, with vocal coaching to make more promotion, basically give people something that they can work with. And yeah, from my own experience, because you know, in the past I also tried to use YouTube videos to learn to sing, and yeah, basically I always still needed someone to get feedback from because yeah, that was the reason that I couldn't get it myself or something. I just needed someone else to. I think for a lot of people this is the case. So I think, you know, if I put some vocal coaching videos online, of course it will help, but I think it will also not only help the people that watch it, but also helps me to get some more students. So I think I'll do that too. And yeah.
Great, very cool. Yeah, you mentioned your Patreon site. What is that site so my readers know where to go to your site, because you sell a lot of cool stuff on there too. You've got your T-shirts and posters and
actually
cards.
Actually, some people requested a T-shirt, but I don't really think I have a really nice design for it at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe in the future, but at the moment I do have posters and autograph cards that are especially for my Patreons. And I also have normal posters and autograph cards just in my big cartel shop because yeah, Patreon is not for everyone because I ask for it to be paid monthly, but you can just start at $3.32 is the lowest. And if you want like a lot of cool things, like maybe a VIP treatment if you're at a gig or something, you know, it goes even up to 100 is what I think most people will be the maximum for it. It will probably be the maximum for like a lot of people. It will be lower. It doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you want, and even if there's a crazy person, you can even go and join for 1,000. But I wonder if anyone ever will do that, you know? Probably not, but if you do that, then you can ask any cover you want from me, you know? And I'll just do that cover, I record it, I'll make a video for it, I'll put it on my stream, whatever. You know, but almost no one is this rich or this crazy, one of those, you know? So, but
and I think sorry, I think it's important that we as fans support musicians right now, because I mean, we can't go to shows. You know, there were a lot of albums being released that I've been recorded prior to COVID, but it seems like that's kind of dying off a little bit currently. I mean, fall is always a little quieter, it seems like anyway, but yeah, I think it's really important that we as fans support the bands we love and the musicians and make sure that you guys are able to continue on. I mean,
it really helps me, yes, because you know, if I wouldn't spend time on that, I would spend time on something else, you know, to make money, which I wouldn't need to sing for, you know what I mean? So basically, you kind of invest in me being a better singer too. And I really this really sounds maybe stupid, because maybe you think, I mean, I heard you say you already thought I had a big range on the Shadow Eyes albums, for example, and that's a few years ago already, but you know, I feel like I can still develop myself better if I have this support, you know, and so I can also give something back because people help me. It's not only the things I offer there, but it's kind of like to motivate myself, because I know I need time to do it, you know.
Right, cool.
That's for me is the biggest reason anyway.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think it's important that we do that. We support, these bands, you know, your band and other bands as well. So, so for my readers, definitely check out, Laura's page, check out Burning Witch's page, and buy stuff.
Thanks.
Buy some T-shirts, buy some CDs, buy some albums, buy some vinyl. So
we got beautiful posters, as you can see.
Definitely. I need to get. In fact, I need to get one of those. So
I just snatched it a week ago from the tour, so finally got them, because I kind of always wait for the, you know, there weren't any gigs, so I was kind of waiting very long this time to get them.
Nice.
Because there just was no reason for me to get to see the rest of the band. It was kind of funny. Actually, it wasn't funny, but this is the situation. It's sad. Yeah.
Speaking of gigs, once this whole COVID thing is over, are there bands you would like to tour with? Are there any particular bands you would like to tour with?
Yes. Yeah. One of my favorite bands in general that also like totally has the 80s vibe is Beast in Black. So that would be fun.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to tour with them. I would love to tour with, for example, Judas Priest, because they're the legends.
Yeah.
And yeah, but everything, please. Just want to go and do gigs again.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully this will happen soon. Now, have you played Vakken? Has Burning Witches played Vakken, or are there future plans to play Vakken as well? I mean, I know.
Played there, and hopefully we will be back. Of course, it was really one of the coolest, the coolest moments ever. Because I had it on a wish list, kind of, on a to-do list, bucket list, and it was really, really great. We were the openers, like in one of the bigger stages, at least. We were the openers of the festival. And everyone was waiting, for us to play, but also waiting for the festival to start. And it was such a cool experience, People were, super, super happy. And of course, we were super happy. It was a really, really great experience. And it was on my birthday. So it was like a birthday present.
That's great. That's really cool.
And it was really cool. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Do you have it's interesting here in America. We don't have the festival scene that you have in Europe, especially with metal. I mean, there are a couple big shows, but you don't really see that kind of festival. Do you have favorite festivals that you like to play or attend?
I would love to go to, because I've never been there. Also, I would love to go to the what is it called? It's like it's a whole week, and it's somewhere to the east. Shit, what is it called? Anyway, it's like kind of in the mountains on the camping site, and it's really chill, and there's like a week. Shit, what is it called? Oh no! I believe. Sorry?
Sorry, I think I know which one you're talking about. Is it like Slovenia or somewhere like that? I can't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That one.
I can't think of the name of it either.
No, shit, I forgot to. But I really wanted to go there anyway. But of course, always better to go there and play. So I hope I could do that. And I would love to play in Graspop because the only two big festivals I went to myself are actually always either Graspop or Wacken. So now I still have to play on Graspop.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Again, I know this is probably it's almost a hypothetical question at this point because of COVID, but are there plans for Burning Witches to play in America at some point? I mean, I know everything's kind of up in the air, but...
Yes, it's not like any concrete things because indeed there's COVID. We don't know if it takes another year or 2 years or whatever. So we kind of can't really plan anything yet, I think, because also America is like a big area and there's nothing you can say about it, I think, also because it's now pretty bad. I understood, so so we're just kind of waiting. But we have a management there, so we kind of have the possibilities, but we have to wait for the right moment.
Good. Yeah. Well, I really am hoping that will happen. I would love to see Burning Witches live. That's, and it'd be nice to do a follow-up interview someday with the entire band too, in person.
Yep.
Once
that would be cool.
it's gone, that would be great. So hopefully that will happen. Fingers crossed.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And the same is for South America. We just hope that it's possible at some point. The only thing I'm not sure, like we have possibilities for, maybe I should ask that. I actually don't know. Okay, never mind. That was it. Let's not say stuff I'm not sure about. I just didn't. It's just that I didn't hear anything yet. But the thing is, I just live in the Netherlands too, so I speak everyone a little bit less than the rest speaks each other. So sometimes I just, I seriously just, especially me, I just call them up sometimes, or we call each other up, but they just rehearse more together, of course.
Right.
So sometimes I kind of a little bit behind the facts, but I wonder if we ever go to Japan, because that would be fun too, because it seems like such a different culture, you know, so I'm kind of curious for that.
Yeah.
And the same is for South America, because it's probably a bit different. I'm curious. I just want to see it.
Well, and South Americans are crazy metalheads, so yeah, I'm sure they would love to have Burning Witches there in those countries.
Yeah, we have a lot of fans, I know, but we'll see. Yeah, when it's possible to.
Well, I don't want to take up your whole evening, but so basically, I guess my last question is kind of the question I always ask people. You know, my blog is Brews and Tunes. I pair craft beer with metal and hard rock. So Laura, say you're just hanging out, or you just finished recording, or you just finished a show. What beer do you crack open, and what album do you put on?
Whatever is in the backstage fridge, actually. I always, if I have a choice, I always take the local beer, because of course I'm this kind of person, I always want to try new beers, so I always take the local beer. But if I have a choice, because now my favorite beer is Fear of the Dark of Iron Maiden, but I never saw that one. I actually am going to get it as a gift now from a friend, because he recorded in my vocal booth.
Oh, nice.
So next time I will have at least a Fear of the Dark beer at home.
Very cool.
I'll drink that one. Yep.
Nice. And will you listen to the album while you drink that?
Oh yeah, the album. I think, yeah, I really love, but I'm really bad at titles. One moment. So the album is from Beast in Black.
Oh,
Until now, I like their first album the most, Berserker.
oh, okay. Yeah.
That was it called. So the album Berserker from Beast in Black.
Very cool. Oh,
Perfect.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Do you need a shot of me where I actually open a beer? Because I was actually just about to do that when you messaged.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. What are you drinking?
Okay, so I will get a beer from the fridge now, like super fresh beer from the fridge, but I didn't choose it myself. So my boyfriend just got beer, so that's super easy.
Oh, great.
And it's just a Bavaria, nothing special, but it's nice. I like Bavaria for just a normal Pilsner. How do you say that in English?
Yeah, Pilsner. Yeah.
Pilsner? Yeah, just a Pilsner. All right, I go get it.
Very cool.
Well, I'm back. So while I'm at it, I can just I can even do the commercial, because in the Netherlands we have this commercial, and it basically says, how do you translate it in English? If you say so, like so, you're done with something. You're beer. You know what I mean?
Wait, sorry, say that again.
Yeah, in Dutch we say zo.
Zo.
And now we have a beer, so zo, and now a Bavaria. But I don't know how do you translate that in English. So maybe you would translate it as all right, and now it's time for a beer.
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so we would say zo, but whatever.
Nice. I'll show you what happens.
That's going to be cut out probably. Anyway, I have this beautiful Bavaria beer, totally Dutch, I think. Where is it from? Let's see. Why isn't it on there? Normally it's on there. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if this is Dutch or Belgium, but cheers.
Here, I'll get a picture of you opening your beer.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Cool. I'll show you what I've got a stout called It's Not Just for Breakfast. So, cheers.
It's not just for breakfast.
How do you say cheers in Dutch?
Proost.
Oh, you say Proost? Okay, cool.
Yeah, almost like the German. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Proost.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Since 1719.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a long time ago though. Cool.
Yeah, that's older than America.
Is it?
Yeah, I think our oldest breweries are probably the early 1800s. So
Hmm. Yeah,
it was
yeah, it is a good beer. It's just a good pilsner. I like this one.
nice. Very cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Laura. Have a fantastic evening.
You
And
too.
yeah, I hope to talk to you again someday soon.
Yeah, see you
All
soon.
right. Thanks. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.